Okay, Doug, so now that we found your lunging pattern, what we're going to do is we're going to challenge it through a few different variations of the lunge itself. The first one we're going to start with is the reverse lunge. I really like this as a starting point because it takes a lot of load off of the knee. A lot of my clients tell me they struggle with the lunging and how it really puts strain on their knee. What happens is if we can't manage our load effectively and we put a lot of strain into that knee, it's going to cause what we call shearing forces to happen. It's not going to feel great, and it's definitely not a good position for us to be in. So before we get to doing some forward lunges, we want to take some load off and learn how we manage our angles and learn how to manage our positional competence first. So let's get into our active plank for me. Go ahead and give me those arms up again so I can test our tension. Grow tall into the ceiling for me. And remember, we're lunging on train tracks. What I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and take your step back and find your lunge, and then go ahead and come on down. Give me that scissoring action as we move forward and back. All right, so give me a couple lunges through there. Good, and then up. So go ahead and take a rest. One of the reasons why this is a little bit easier is because the center of gravity, a lot of your mass isn't moving a ton. A little bit, about 20% is moving backwards, but about 80% of it's staying over this front foot. What's going to happen, and as we move into forward lunges, we're taking about 80% of that weight and we're moving that forward while 20% is hanging back. And that's why sometimes we have challenges as we're managing the body slowing down into what we call deceleration and then quickly turning into acceleration, speeding back up. Does that make sense? So when you're coming into this one, really think about your foot position, set your position, and then come straight down, riding the elevator, not the escalator. So let's see that happen in the front lunge this time. Good. Elevator down, and then using both of those legs to drive us back up. Good. Back down and up. All right, so now we're going to piece it together. We're going to do one of my favorite variations of the lunge, and that really is going to challenge us because your back leg becomes your front leg becomes the back leg, and it really helps us reinforce the standards of the movement. I call it a pendulum lunge, where we're going from reverse and you're going straight into forward, back into reverse. Okay, so start reverse and then move forward for me. Good. And then rolling forward into this one here and watching this as we quickly accelerate back. And we're going to try to make it one fluid motion, driving and creating lots of power and stability. Last one. Great job. I hope through these 3 different variations you were able to see how we can play with different load, how we could play with positioning to increase the intensity of the exercise or to decrease the intensity of the exercise. I hope we have a lot of fun doing these lunges together.